Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I show you how to crochet this adorable checkered coaster. Perfect for adding a cozy, handmade touch to your desk or dinner table. This cute and easy pattern is great for beginners and fun to customize with your favorite colors. And now let's get started. Here are the materials you need for today's tutorial. For this checkered coaster pattern, we'll be using two yarn colors. In the yellow sections of the sample, I'll be using light pink yarn instead, and I keep the white yarn in this squares. We start with the light pink yarn. First, make a slip knot. Then, make 22 chains. Once you finish the 22 chains, start from the third chain from the hook and make 1 double crochet. Mark the first stitch with a stitch marker. Continue by making 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 chains. After completing 4 double crochets in light pink, we switch to white yarn for the next 4 double crochets. Put the loop on your hook and make it slightly longer. Then insert your hook under the top 2 loops like this. With the white yarn, hold the tail at the back, yarn over and pull through both loops. Now, put on the pink yarn tail to tighten and complete the color change. Continue by making 1 double crochet into each of the next 4 stitches using the white yarn. Make sure to crochet over both yarn tails as you go to hide them neatly. After finishing 4 double crochets with the white yarn, we'll switch back to the light pink yarn. Here's a tip: gently tug on the hidden yarn strands at the back to help keep your stitches even and neat. We change back to the light pink yarn using the same steps as before. Always remember to crochet over the yarn tail to keep everything tidy. After switching colors a few times, your 2 yarn balls might start to twist together. Make sure to untangle them early to avoid any knots or tangles later on. We finish row 1 with 4 double crochets in light pink. To begin row 2, chain 2 using the same light pink yarn. Then turn your work and make 1 double crochet right into the first stitch. Pick up the white yarn tail and crochet over it as you go. Continue working a total of 4 double crochets in light pink. After the 4th stitch, gently pull on the white yarn tail at the back and proceed with the color change. Now we make 4 double crochets using the white yarn. After that, switch back to the light pink and continue following the pattern. Make sure to repeat all the period steps carefully. This will have your coaster look clean and nicely finished. We'll make the last double crochet of row 2 into the very first mark stitch. At the end of row 2, we go ahead and switch to white yarn. To start row 3, chain 2 using the white yarn, turn your work and make 1 double crochet in the first stitch. Don't forget to crochet over the light pink yarn tail at the back. Continue following the same steps until you finish row 3. To begin row 4, chain 2 with the white yarn. Turn your work and continue with the checker pattern. 4 double crochets in white, followed by 4 in light pink. If you take a look at the sample, you notice that the pattern repeats with 2 rows of yellow, light pink in this case, and 2 rows of white, a total of 5 times. making 10 rows and on. Now we add the final color change, row 10, finishing with 4 double crochets in light pink. After gently pulling the wire yarn tail to 10, we trim the excess yarn. Now we start the border using the light pink yarn. First, chain 1. Then insert your hook into the top of this double crochet stitch and make 1 single crochet. Mark the first stitch with a stitch marker. Next, go into the base of the double crochet and make another single crochet. Be sure to crochet over the wire yarn tail to hide it. Then make 1 double crochet into the next double crochet stitch. And again, 1 single crochet into the base of the next double crochet. Keep repeating this. 2 single crochets, 1 in the stitch, and 1 in the space for every double crochet along the edge. When you reach the final check square on this side, after making 3 double crochets, you'll be at the rounded corner. Here we make 3 single crochets into the same stitch to form the corner nicely. And that completes one edge of the coaster. You should have a total of 19 single crochets along this edge, not counting the 3 stitches in the corner. For this bottom edge, it's easier to see where each stitch goes. Continue making 1 single crochet into each stitch. You should make a total of 19 single crochets across this edge. Here, there's a loose yarn tail. Pull it to the back and cut it off. When you reach the corner of the square, make 3 single crochets into the same stitch, just like we did earlier. Now, moving on to the next side. It may be a bit harder to see the stitch placement here, but just follow the same steps. Make 1 single crochet into the double crochet stitch. Then another one into its base. Repeat this all the way down the side. At the corner, once again, make 3 single crochets into the same stitch. On the final edge, simply make 1 single crochet into a stitch until the end. In the last corner, make 3 single crochets into the same stitch again. Then, finish this round by making a slip stitch into the stitch you marked earlier. Leave a short yarn tail and cut it off. Pull the yarn tail at the back and use your hook or needle to weave in the end. Trim off any remaining excess yarn tails. Now, we move on to adding the decorative border for the coaster. We use white yarn for this part. You can start in any stitch you like. Here, I'm choosing a stitch close to the corner. Hold a new yarn tail at the back and pull it through the stitch on your hook. Then, chain 3. Skip the next 2 stitches and make a slip stitch into the following stitch. I'll repeat the pattern again. Chain 3. Skip 2 stitches and slip stitch into the next stitch. Keep following this pattern all the way around the 4 edges. When you read a slip stitch from the previous round, you should still be able to see the top 2 loops clearly. Just walk into them as usual. Once you reach the end, finish with a slip stitch into the very first stitch. Leave a short tail and cut the yarn. Then weave in the end just like we did before. And now we finish the main part of the checker coaster. Next, we make a small hanging loop right here. We switch back to the light pink yarn. Start by chaining 11, starting from the second chain from the hook, make 1 single crochet, mark the first stitch with a stitch marker. Then make 1 single crochet into each of the next 8 chains. In the very last chain, make 3 single crochets all into the same stitch. Now we continue on the other side with 8 single crochets. Be sure to hide the yarn tail as you crochet. In the final stitch, make 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Finish a round with a slip stitch into the mark stitch. Leave a short yarn tail and cut it off. We weave in the end just like we did before. Now, for this little white pattern, you can either attach a small ready-made button like this one, or if you don't have one on hand, we crochet one using white yarn. Start with a magic ring. Then, make 6 single crochets into the ring. Pull the yarn tail to close the ring tightly. Finish the round with a slip stitch. Leave a yarn tail about the same length as the starting tail of the magic ring and cut the yarn. Use your hook to pull the yarn tail to the back. Shape it a little to look like a small round pattern. Now we'll attach both the loop and the pattern to the coaster. Make sure to line them up horizontally for the best look. Use the yarn needle to pull the yarn tail through to the back. Tie a second knot 2 or 3 times to fasten the tails. Then weave them in to hide. And now we completed this super cute checker coaster. Try experimenting with more color combinations to suit your style. They're definitely worth making. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Happy crocheting, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye!